As I continue to bone up on the latest political developments, particularly in the Republican Party, after being on the road for a few weeks here in Kansas and Oklahoma and Dallas and Austin, and I'm now in Houston. It's interesting to see the campaign of Mitt Romney. And Romney, up to this point, has sort of has not had an aggressive campaign. He has tried to stay on the sidelines, not be overly controversial, which has served him well up to this point, because as Kaine and Perry, for example, have self-destructed, and as Ron Paul has not been able to mount much of a campaign, and Bachmann's not a factor, it would make sense. However, with Newt Gingrich now surpassing him, there's some real problems in the Romney campaign. He does have that image of flip-flopping and being, for example, on the case of immigration, more pro-immigration than he was the other night, when he basically said that everybody illegal needs to be deported. When he did that, he basically alienated all the Latino vote, or essentially 90% of the Latino vote. And there are actually groups of Latinos forming that are anti-Romney at this point. He's also given that away to not only to Gingrich, perhaps in the primaries, but also to Obama in the general election. And in my view, unless the Republicans get a substantial percentage of that Latino vote, they will not win in 2012. Obama will win. And the same perception in the Latino community of Romney and Obama is basically the same. Obama promised that he would fix immigration. Clearly, the people, particularly here in Texas, that I've talked to, are very upset with Obama and calling him, untrustworthy. Has very little credibility in terms of immigration, because all he's done is deported more people. He has not fixed the basic underlying causes of immigration. And Gingrich came out in the debate for a type of red card, where people that have been in the U.S. for long term, that do not have a legal status, but have been good citizens, that have not committed crimes, and have children and businesses and so forth, be allowed to stay and begin a type of process to perhaps get papers down the road. He was careful to say it was not an amnesty, was not a road to citizenship, but it would be at least a type of permit that they would not be deported. And his comment was it was not appropriate to separate families, particularly children from children who are citizens here, were born here, and do go to school, do speak English, and are attending high schools and junior highs and colleges here. So it appears that Romney is getting ready to do exactly what Herm Cain did and what Rick Perry did, and that's self-destruct. And the last man standing here seems to be Newt Gingrich. The other problem with Romney is he still has that problem with the Mormon faith. And to be elected, you obviously have to believe in God, and preferably in Jesus, and you have to be a member of some church. Unfortunately, Romney has gone beyond that by saying his deep ties to the Mormon church put in question his alliance with that church. In other words, he's not just sort of a surface religious type person. He may be, there's a question as to how deeply he is involved. And then the issue of whether the Mormon church is a cult or not will dog him throughout the election. CNN did a poll that I saw where up to 1/3 of Americans would actually question whether they would vote for a Mormon. Now, when you combine the problems with the Mormon, when you combine the problems with the flip-flopping, and then you can now combine the problem of alienating all the Latino population, it appears that Romney is self-destructing right before the primaries, although he still, in many people's view, is the favorite. If he does in fact get the nomination at the end of all the primaries, and does get the nod to do it, he will go against Obama, beat up, filleted, and a weakened candidate. And clearly, I think the Obama camp, at least at this point, that's their preference. They would prefer to run against Romney, because I think they feel that they can beat Romney perhaps better than any other candidate. So at least that's the way it seems in late November here in 2012. Thanks for watching.